One of the world's most storied and respected management consulting firms is finding itself in the subject of critical media scrutiny, much of it coming from the New York Times and my other employer. McKinsey has faced a slew of negative press over the past year from troubles in South Africa, potentially profiting on the outcome of Puerto Rico's debt crisis, taking heat for its work with Saudi Arabia. At one point, the firm was called the new Facebook, and it was likely not intended as a compliment.
How much influence does one liberal-linked consulting firm have over your life? And how much are you paying them to have it? An order paper response provides some new detail. Alexa Lavoie for Ribbon News, and today I present to you an order paper question about the McKinsey firm that Taco Van Popta, conservative MP for Langley Aldergrove, posed to the government. What is really the influence that McKinsey has within the Canadian government? McKinsey is an American strategic consulting firm created in 1926, which has been part of several controversies over the years.
From boardrooms to the White House and beyond, McKinsey's influence in business is virtually unparalleled.
It is quite possibly the most influential private institution on the planet.
An organization has a problem that they cannot solve with their internal resources. That's the most classic way that McKinsey is brought in.
I have had a lot of exposure to firms with a high opinion of themselves. McKinsey takes the cake.
Its alumni control some of the largest and most powerful companies in the world, and have also been involved in some of corporate America's most sensational scandals. Now, is the company having a moment of reckoning?
One of the world's most storied and respected management consulting firms is finding itself in the subject of critical media scrutiny.
Or will it somehow continue to fly below the radar?
We know that during the pandemic, McKinsey was the central company providing advice to various governments around the world. On their website, it says that around the world, McKinsey quickly shifted to remote and hybrid working and focuses on supporting our people, our clients, and our communities through the pandemic. McKinsey is a consulting firm, not a scientific firm. So why entrust such important files as pandemic management to this company? Van Popta asked the government to provide detail about any contract it may have with McKinsey, including the value of those contracts and the services provided by the firm. A total of more than $86 million was paid out to McKinsey, excluding amounts that were not disclosed to the public, the non-calculated amount of contract, taxes not included in a certain amount, etc. First, national defense spent $18,356,565 on contract. And you won't believe what we pay this company to do. They made the military more woke. Of this amount, approximately $7.5 million has been injected to advance culture evolution through stakeholder analysis and to progress culture evolution through the development of diversity, equity, and inclusion. But seriously, to advance the woke culture within our defense system against a probable war or other critical situation. But where is the urgency of diversity and equity among those who trust to be trained to be resilient, tolerant, and rigid in case of a national problem? Do we have fighters or woke activists? What will other countries think of us? In short, McKinsey is paying millions to advance a woke agenda in the military, and I bet the word tyrant are laughing at us. Over $5 million used to improve their complaint system too. Here are some departments that offered McKinsey contract. Employment and Social Development Canada offered $857,282 plus $5,742,857 not contracted. Export Development Canada $7,316,000. Destination Canada $2,795,000 excluding tax. Business Development Bank of Canada $8,852,000 before tax. Canada Border Services Agency $1,975,000 more dollars. Atomic Energy of Canada Limited $540,000 to look at the potential use of nuclear energy in the fight against climate change and opportunities for can-do technology, in particular with respect to Public Service and Procurement Canada. As a common service provider, it offers more than $45 million under contract, all untendered. So the government just gave McKinsey the contract without competition or bid. What is more shocking to see is that there is no detail on the intent, purpose, or whether everything has been achieved or not. It is still more than $45 million from taxpayers offered to a multinational company, and we do not have access to the goal for the contract. McKinsey have managed our life during the pandemic. Several decisions have been made by this firm. Now we see the strong correlation of this company and the World Economic Forum. Many people will say that this forum has no impact on the management of the world, but what influence does it have through a second and a third party? The information was given for the year 2021, but it would be interesting if the request was also made for the year 2020 to know more about the role of McKinsey within the government. We will continue to dig deeper. It was Alexa for Urban News. So we want to keep digging on McKinsey firm, but we need your help. As you know, we need to do some access to information, and we need to do some research also. So if you want to help us, you can chip in generously, whatever you can, at rebelinvestigate.com. It will be really appreciated, and you will have, in the same time, access to important information. Thank you.